Part 2. The Stand-Down Job. The sound of Harley Scorpions rolling down the desolate Redmond street was enough to shake even J.T. awake. He groaned and shoved the white ball of fur off his lap. "I can't believe you brought the kitten."
"Fluff is my... our good luck charm. Look at how fast she got us this location," Cat offered. They were east of Touristville, a strange name considering most tourists from Seattle never step foot there. Redmond took the brunt of the damage when Mount Rainier erupted, spitting ash across the city. Its streets were still littered with black dust, and the only kind of people who stayed past dark were gangers, crooks, and BTL junkies. Touristville is set up to be a safe place for those seeking thrills on the dark side. The local Barrens government even runs desolation tours out of the gateway to the Redmond Barrens. Cat's team was holed up in an old Ford Americar, a few paces from a pawnshop known to be a source for black market information. Kitsune sat next to her in the driver's seat. After a few moments of silence, Kitsune spoke. "I thought you were the Dreck-Hot Decker who did all that whiz-tech stuff to figure out where the ancients were meeting their contact." Lo and behold, it was the feline. Kitsune was a shaman, a follower of the Native American traditions born with the ability to see and control the magical energies that bubbled up into the world years ago in an event that the popular media had dubbed the Awakening. By nature, shamans took on the behavioral characteristics of their spirit totem. Kitsune followed Fox. In the back seat, J.T. checked his Beretta pistols. The self-proclaimed one-man army was the muscle of the outfit. He said, "Looks like all that whiz-tech stuff paid off. They're pulling up." When elves came back to the world, everyone expected them to climb into the trees, sing songs, and build tree houses. Maybe in Portland. Seattle elves are no such breed. They're creatures that bleed chrome, run in packs, and don't play nice with others. Cat knew all of this, and felt wary as the four bikers eased to a stop in front of Finn's Pawn and Firearms. Their bright green leathers were out of place here, but the colors marked them as members of the Ancients' street gang. If gang rep wasn't enough to scare off any gawkers, the obvious bulge of weaponry beneath their jackets was. 3 of the elves climbed off their bikes and went inside while the 4th stood by, watching the street. J.T. slipped out of the Americar and jogged towards the alley behind the pawnshop. Cat and Kitsune needed to deal with the ganger out front. "The window is a problem," Kitsune said. "If I use magic, they'll see him go down and get suspicious." "Good point. We could always..."
Cat broke off mid-sentence. Fluff was padding down the street towards the row of motorcycles.
"Fluff!"
Cat climbed out of the car and broke into a run. The ganger saw the puff of white dancing towards him. He stared at it, and then slowly turned toward the screaming, skinny girl heading straight for him. A look of alarm barely had time to register on his face before the magic took effect. The mana bolt hit him square in the chest, and he slumped to the ground. Cat looked back at Kitsune and nodded thanks. She tried to pick the ganger up and lean him over his bike like he was resting, but he was a heavy bastard. That's when the other gangers saw her. The 3 turned from their business inside, pulling predator-heavy pistols. She scooped up Fluff by the scruff of her neck and hurried toward the Americar. The first crack of gunfire let her know she'd never make it. Cat dove behind the nearest cover, a rusted brown pickup perched upon blocks. Gunshots pinged off the truck. Cat cursed her kitten, who only mewled in return. Kitsune was pinned down in the Americar. The shaman needed to see her target to use magic. Fortunately, Cat didn't need to see to shoot. She stuck her Colt Manhunter out past the bumper and squeezed the trigger till the clip ran dry. The distraction gave Kitsune a moment to poke her head up, and seconds later Cat heard the satisfying grunt of a ganger submitting to a second mana bolt spell. Still 2 left. They split up, moving around the truck on either side. Cat slapped in a fresh clip and waited. The next burst of gunfire came from farther away. Cat heard another grunt as a ganger went down, and then she heard the last ganger turn and start shooting back towards the pawn shop. The firefight didn't last long. JT gave the all-clear sign. He looked like he took a few rounds to his mesh jacket, but if he was in any pain, it didn't show. "Someone want to tell me what happened to the plan?" Kitsune pursed her lips and jabbed her pointer finger in Fluff's direction. Fluff purred. Cat smiled. "Hey, it worked, didn't it?"